Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review, of 60 Days In, season 9, whatever episode this is. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up. Now, you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs. Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
With a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up. Now, you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody. And this is Auntie. And if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. So I am here to do my review of 60 Days In, Season 9, Episode 10, I'm an Inmate Now. And if I had to rate this episode, I would probably rate this episode a C minus. Let me know downtown in the comments section what you would rate this episode of 60 Days In. So we're going to bring this up real quick. I'm going to bring up these folk, and we're just going to talk about them, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. I noticed that we have not, no, that's not her. Where's she at? We have not heard a lot from Luna. I don't know what happened to Luna. Why her position and her role has been minimized downtown at the jail. But it has, and I don't know if you all have noticed it, but I have absolutely noticed that we have not been hearing a lot from her at all. I just find that a little shocking. I don't know what's going on downtown to the 60 Days In, but we have not heard a lot from her. So y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think is going on. So the first person that I want to talk about is Qwell. Now, as we all know, Qwell has been moved out of the unit and into the jails industry, JI, right? And so they have asked him to go in there because they wanted him to find out whether or not there are drugs going on or how drugs or different things are coming into the jail. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if the cameras are rolling, they already have that information. But I guess they just want a snitch in there. When we saw Qwell sitting in the other unit in Sundance, Qwell was basically an outcast. The only person that even talked to Qwell was the one black guy, Gloria, that was in there, and Roach. And then Roach left out, and so Qwell was still by himself. And so Qwell wasn't really able to get, a connection with anybody, wasn't really able to get any intel, if you will, on what was going on downtown to the jail. And so when now that he's in, jail industry, he seems like he is still continuing his relationship with Roach, but Roach seems to have a lot of pull downtown to the JI. And so I'm wondering whether or not Qwell is able to get acquainted with any of the other guys. Qwell seems to be in the right place at the right time, but not able to see from the angles, but he is seeing a lot of things that are happening, right? And so Quill saw that the guys are moving things in and out of their hands. They're very handsy with one another. And he was sitting out there. The guy was talking about a cigarette lighter, and then he noticed that they were starting to dig in the ground. So it looks like a lot of the drugs and stuff like that are coming into it, they are storing them in gravel or in rocks outside in the agriculture area of the JI building. And so this seems to have been a good move for Quail. I'm hoping that he is successful, but I'm just saying, from our view at least, we can see on the camera that there's absolutely a lot of things that are going on downtown to the jail that should not be happening in that jail. The next person that I want to talk about, y'all, is Daniel. Now, as we all know, that come on, Daniel. As we all know, Daniel, got a new roommate, and that new roommate was telling him that, people were suspecting him of basically being with 60 days in. Even though the dude kept a relationship with Daniel and was still working out with him and everything, he basically they figured it out, right? That they think he was 60 days in. So the guard that we have been seeing that has been acting out, and I don't know whether or not this guard got fired or not. I believe, in my opinion, he should be fired. He should not be retrained or anything like that. His ass needs to be fired. Point blank into the period, he needs to go. Get the fuck out. This guy is absolutely not enthusiastic about his job. He treats the inmates like they pieces of shit, okay? And he just does not have any kind of professionalism. He uses, putting people, putting people on holds, or in isolation and locking them in their they're already caged room, because they do things. So we see this one guy who was in there, and this one particular dude couldn't eat fish, and he's allergic to it. And so, they send out a tray. Now, the new guy, Brian, that's in there, is observing all of this stuff that's going on. But I noticed that when Brian was talking out of his mouth, Brian was talking more on behalf of the guards and not on behalf of the prisoner. He said that, he did not think that he did it right. But at the same time, when I was listening to what he was saying, and saying, people got to back him up and all of this kind of stuff. He need backup and stuff like that. And so I'm like, has he lost his motherfucking way? I mean, he's supposed to be coming in there and seeing things to the advantage of, what's going to better enrich, if any, the lives of those people who are in there. And he is more concerned about this fucking guard who is mistreating this guy. And next thing you know, first of all, Qwell already said it ain't a lot of black people in there, right? And so you got this one black guy who's allergic to seafood. He ask him if he could call a sergeant to see if they could reconsider him having something different, right? Because an inmate has a right to be fed by the system. And he is like, no, I was told that you're irrelevant. How the fuck is a prisoner irrelevant when you earn your living off of these irrelevant inmates? If there were no inmates in there, then there would be no need for a CO, a deputy, a sheriff, a deputy sheriff. It would be no need for any of that. So how in the whole hell is this guy irrelevant to the big picture of things, right? I'm hoping you all can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, okay? But I'm just like, when I'm looking at Brian, I'm not impressed with Brian. I think that he was a waste of time coming in there. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Thank you, Tommy F. So thank you so much, y'all, for letting me know you can hear me. So Daniel was in there and he had a problem with that same guard, right? The guard, coming in there harassing people and stuff like that. And he decided to go and file a grievance against him. As a result of that, they started investigating his ass to find out who he was and why he thought, that it was okay for him to file something against him. And they found out from the tattoo on his chest that has his daughter's name on the top of it, and at the bottom it has Daniel's real name. And so now his cover has been blown. He fucking 60 days in. And so they pull Daniel out and basically tell him, we got to get you out of here. You've been compromised. They know who you are, whatever. And so his roommate, Kevin, was like, the guard went up there and was like, I got to get, all Daniel's stuff out. And so he was like, what's going on? So he attributed it to him not being 60 days in, but rather he contributed it to Daniel filing a grievance. He said that every filed the grievance, weird stuff started happening and all of that kind of stuff. So I just was like, okay, at least he gets out with that. Now, of course, Daniel, who we have seen has had back problems, has had roommates he, had to go in and out with different people and stuff like that, had finally started getting his footing in the jail. He saw Qwell leave out. He didn't understand where Qwell was going. And so, he was like, okay, now what now? I got to leave. I've overcome all these obstacles. Daniel, was physically upset. Like he was emotionally upset that he had to leave out. But they were like, it ain't no way in the world. He said, you got a tattoo on your arm. He said, no, it's on my chest. He said that he tried his best to cover it up. But as we can see, there were multiple times when Daniel was walking around in the prison without a shirt on. And so, he just slipped. And as a result of him filing that grievance and already suspicion going out, they rather, basically the guards found out about him. They had to get him the fuck up out of there. And so I don't know if the whole program got blown as a result of this because we don't really know the timing of everything, right? We see it the way that they want us to see it, but we really don't know what the real timing is about this. But anyway, Daniel is upset. He gets the opportunity to talk to his daughter on her birthday. He's on his way home. And so we wish Daniel the best. Daniel, at least you did not tap out like all the rest of them did, like Fabian and like Corey. Corey was there. It seemed like it was a little small wind that blew in Boo off of a mouse farting. Corey was out of there, okay? Having all kinds of mental breakdowns and like that, paranoid like a mother, okay? Just we wouldn't want to give up his cover that he, was child by. Anyway, Daniel, congratulations for staying in as long as you did. And hopefully you have something that you can contribute to the conversation. But at least you won't be sitting there at the reunion talking about you tapped out. So you did the best that you could do with what you could do. Okay? All right. Now we starting to see AB unwind, child. AB is basically going through some damn things. Do y'all hear me? AB is starting to get, just like Scarlet, she's beginning to become institutionalized, right? And when I say that, I don't mean, I just mean like a state of mind, right? AB is, in there and, she is basically keeping up with both of the girls, right? She's keeping up with both Scarlet and Nina. Nina has been a turncoat. She has been jealous of Scarlet from day A. Nina is absolutely jealous of Scarlet. And she's a sneaky individual, right? But AB is learning how to stay, away from this, right? Because she's starting to see some things on her own, specifically as it relates to the relationship between Scarlet and this damn Vicky woman. But anyway, so AB is in a dorm with her, her home piece, one of the girls that she was like. And remember, y'all, she picked this girl specifically to be her roommate. Well, they are having some plumbing problems, and those plumbing problems are causing problems in their relationship. And so AB and the young lady get to arguing and everything about the condition of the room. And that's at this point, the girl get to holler, and AB was like, wait a minute, who the fuck you talking to like that, right? So we starting to see the street person of AB come out. And by AB's admission, on that mission, she's starting to, try to relax, pump her brakes and stuff like that. But she's realizing now that things are starting to happen with her psyche that she probably did not see. And I'm sure that you don't see that eventually you become like the people you're around. And that is one of the things that I think that you don't count, is that eventually the people that you hang around, you really do become those people. And so AB is starting to become that person. Nina, this week we see Nina still slithering around like a snake and doing everything humanly possible to undermine Scarlet. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But when you have a woman who comes off as, I'm fun loving, I'm this, I'm that, someone who is loyal to everyone is loyal to no one. I watched Nina this week. I watched everything that Nina has been saying about Scarlet. Nina said that people want to fight Scarlet and all of that. Maybe Scarlet is coming off a little bit rough. But Scarlet, just like AB, is becoming institutionalized. I watched Nina with this high and mighty attitude, right? That she's better than, she's above. Scarlet is scum. But what I notice about Nina is that she doesn't follow the rules either. Because if they say don't hang stuff on your wall, if they say don't have stuff in your window or by your window, and you got shit around your window, you are just as bad as you say that Scarlet is. You're only showing it in a different way. You're no better than anybody else when you break the rules. You are there to come in and do something. I don't know what Nina's goal is other than to undermine the program, in my opinion. I don't know if they brought Nina in there just to do that, to undermine the program, to not have AB and Scarlett's back. I don't know what her role is. She's walking around, hanging with the worst of them. There are many of the people who we have seen have talked about Vicky, including Luna, and saying that she is a troublemaker. Even AB has been talking about Vicky. Even Vicky has been talking about fucking Vicky. But Nina wants to pick Vicky's side over Scarlet. Now, Scarlet got into an argument with Nina, with Vicky, because Vicky got one over on her, right? Remember last week when Scarlet had made the comment and told her to back down out of her conversation. Well, Vicky was in the conversation, having a conversation, and guess what? Scarlett got in it. And Vicky got one off on her. And so Scarlett said, you know what, you need to die, you ugly bitch, you know what to do. And so, of course, Nina's like, I don't, I'm so holier than thou. I'm a perfect Christian, but I break the rules in here. I run it the way I want to run it. I have a vengeance. I take revenge out on people. When I am corrected and I am brought to attention, I will do whatever slimy thing that I need to do, whether it is, okay, with the guard at the front desk, talking about I'm going to appeal to his manhood, doing some slinky, dirty like that, right? Having pictures all up on her wall, just doing the most. Nina's not a good person. And then she's one of those type of people, and we're going to go ahead on and go there, that uses religion to justify her position in being wrong and being above somebody. And she's not above anything or anyone. She is a self-saboteur. She is sabotaging the program. At least Scarlet, who seems like she is getting out of the pocket, and Scarlet is getting out of the pocket, at least Scarlet is following the fucking rules. But Nina doesn't. And she doesn't feel like she has the right. They have the right. She has a roommate in there that she's been pacifying. What kind of friend would Nina be? Nina is the type of friend, in my opinion, that would not correct you, that would sit there and laugh and smile in your face and make you feel good for the hour and know that destruction, sudden destruction is coming upon your ass. She's not going to say anything to you. She doesn't want to rock the boat because that way she can't gossip and stir up her little trouble and confusion and cause animosity and dissension. She can't do it. And that's how I see her. She is the type of person, better not turn your back. Because the minute you turn your back on her, it's a knife in that mother. For show, for real, in my opinion. She ain't worth. Her roommate gets a telephone call or makes a telephone call and finds out that her father is dying. Nina thinks that this girl is rehabable. This girl is not ready to be rehabbed. Her family, who could have paid the bond for her or bill for her to get her a long time ago, didn't. They left her ass in there. This girl has serious drug problems. And do you think that Nina has been able to get through to her? No. They thought that the father was getting intensively worse, right? And so the family paid it. When Nina talked to the family, guess what the family said? She back out there on the goddamn streets using drugs again. What impact did Nina have on her life, if any? None. You know why? Because Nina's a busybody in other people's matters and affairs, and she ain't concentrating on anything but trying to be a girlfriend around here. And here's the thing: if people, the disdain that she has for Scarlet, the disdain that she has for Scarlet, and for her to sit there and say, I'm not on Scarlet's side, she wasn't on Scarlet's side from day one. Day one. Because Scarlet don't have to put on a bunch of makeup. Scarlet's body is tight and it's right. Scarlet is going to stand by on her morals and principles, right, wrong, or indifferent. And Nina could never. Can y'all imagine the little church that she goes to? Could you imagine being in church with her and she coming through the door acting goofy and shit and slithering around, in my opinion, like a snake? She's a snake to her own. Is Scarlet is Scarlet doing some stuff? Yeah. But Scarlet's taking notes. She's doing what she's supposed to do. Her and Vicky don't like each other. Vicky even admitted that she could have handled Scarlet differently. But see, Nina don't care that Vicky says she a bitch. She don't hear that other people say that she got problems. And if people want to fight Scarlet, okay, and next. At least she's standing for something and not sliding around on the floor for nothing. Because what is Nina going to be able to go back and tell the sheriff that she's learned when her whole entire focus is on Scarlet? Her focus is on her teammate. not on improving the jail system. That girl left out of jail. She wasn't ready. It just doesn't make any sense. Vicky is an antagonizer. She likes to cause problems, chaos, and confusion. She wants to do it under the umbrella that she's handicapped and that she is short, so she thinks that people underestimate her. Don't nobody underestimate you because you're short. They underestimate you based on your ignorance. This woman sat out there and was running back and forth when Scarlet was outside with AB, okay? And she was calling Scarlet all kinds of bitches and move out the way and you stinky bitch and you this, that, and the other. Vicky is fair game. She's fair game. She sure is. Because Vicky put it out there. Icky Vicky put it out there. But one thing that I have never seen, and maybe it's happened off and I don't know, but I've never seen Nina go and try to help Scarlet, correct Scarlet, say, Scarlet, hey, you need to stand down. Scarlet, can I talk to you for a minute? I've never seen her do it. So it's personal. And you know what the thing about it is? Pretty is as pretty does. Scarlet don't have to come in there with clown orange makeup on to be pretty, to be attractive, to be smart, to be intelligent. That's not to say that Nina isn't or doesn't have any intelligence. That's just to say we ain't seen it show up yet. And maybe it will. But right now, I just see her as a busybody in other people's matters and concerns. And I see her as a backstabber. And that's just one of the people that you just don't ever want to be around in your life. Never. Somebody that's supposed to be on your team but uses it to get a privilege or something on the guard by telling the guard that people are around here writing notes and got charts and graphs. Exactly, Dom Dom. If people want to fight her, Nina should have said something long ago. Nina is probably the one that's stirring the pot. I don't know what it is and why Nina has turned out to be this person. Many of you all have said in the comments section that you had no confidence in Nina, that Nina was a piece of trash and all of that. And I just totally disagreed. I wanted to give Nina the benefit of the doubt. But the more that I see her, the more I realize that she's not a girl's girl. She's just not the type of person that you want in your corner. Because, honey, let me tell you something. You just better not back up. You better not back up. And you better hope that the bus ain't coming. Because the bitch gonna run you over. Scarlet is time for Scarlet to leave. It's time for Scarlet to leave. Scarlet's mission has been accomplished. She's gotten all her charts and her graphs and all of that stuff together. She knows what's wrong and what's right. She's going to be able to bring a wealth of knowledge to them regarding how this, the system is ran and improvements. But what is Nina going to be able to say? That Scarlet was a bitch? That people wanted to fight Scarlet? Like, it's time for this program to end. Anyway, I thank you all so much for being here. I love you all. Y'all let me know downtown in the comments section. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye for now.